Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Terry, and you're watching Lamont's Life.
Hey, George.
And what's going on, everybody? Once again, you know who it is. You see my face. Nah, but once again, it's Terry, and you're watching Lamont's Life, or you listening to it. Whatever. Um, your streaming platform is. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm just speak on this as I've spoken in other videos before. If you haven't already, now we up to what 6 episodes. So it's 6 episodes prior to this one. So this is gonna be like number 7. So go check out the other 6 episodes. The links for all my streaming stuff is gonna be down below, or not down below in the link. So if you're watching this on YouTube, and if you're so you can stream it on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon. I got it on Amazon. So I'm trying to get it on some other platforms too, but them is the platforms I got available at the moment. So tap in. It's 6 episodes. I said this on another episode. If you ain't watched them other 6 episodes, do me a favor right now. Pause this video. Stop it. Open another window or something. Open an app or something and go watch or listen to those other episodes. Okay. I appreciate all the support. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Do what you got to do. Get the word out. But a few different things I'm talking about on this episode. So the first thing we're gonna get into is, and I ain't really talked too much about this in other episodes. I'm kind of excited about this. Don't judge me, okay? So we're gonna talk about food. The first segment of this episode. So just like really my relationship with food, I don't even like. It's just thinking about it. It's just got my eyes just, oh my goodness, just, oh my goodness. I hope I don't get hungry watching this, but I probably am because I stay hungry. But anyway, food is just, I just want to say before I really get into it, food is just, it's just one of those things that it's that it gives you that satisfaction. Like it's just when you bite into something and you just, you get all those different flavors from different stuff. It's just like, bro, what, like, this is immaculate. But you also have them times where you bite into something that's like, this is the worst thing I've ever tasted in my life. Get this out my face. But I mean, food is just, I can like think back to like my earliest memory of food, and after a certain point, like you get to a certain point, like a certain age where you're like, okay, I like these foods, I like these, I don't like these foods. So you really just have a pattern of like, I don't say of like, but you have a pattern of what you eat and what you don't eat. 'Cause when I was younger, I didn't, I don't say I was picky when I was younger, but my mom basically made me eat everything, like even if I didn't want to. So that goes from, it don't matter if it was peanut butter and jelly sandwich with, which them was always fire, of course. But you got to asparagus. I don't like asparagus to this day. Or you got like artichoke or different stuff like that. So one thing I would say, my mom always exposed me to different foods. Like she didn't limit me and she didn't baby me as far as food. She's like, no, we're gonna eat this. If you don't like it, that's okay. Like she gave me that opportunity to eat different food and make that determination for myself. If I like it, if I don't, that's cool. But some of my first memories of Food. Let me see. When was the first time I can really remember like eating a? Well, I wouldn't even say because that's obviously I've had thousands, probably millions of meals. I won't say millions. That's crazy. Thousands of meals since I was a kid. But the earliest memories I have of, like just eating good food is like family holidays. Really, like my grandma or my mom would cook for like Thanksgiving or like someone's birthday or a special event, and it's just like it'd be, for example, let's say like Thanksgiving. You got turkey. You got I'm not a big turkey guy, but you got ham. You got different stuff. So, for example, okay, this is probably a good example. So, we went fishing one time. I do enjoy fishing. I haven't been fishing in a really long time. I just like, just fishing. But one of my fondest memories was fishing was we went fishing. It was like at some lake or, yeah, it was like a lake because I don't think, obviously, you can't fish in a river. Well, you can, but I don't know. Anyway, but we catch the fish and we take it to my grandma's house, cut it up, and then she cooks it. And that's just some of the best. I will say, when you catch your food, like that's just some of the most satisfying bites. And especially if you, like, with my family, food is always going to be good for the most part. So when you catch your food and then you can cook it and it's everything you probably imagine it would be. It's just like, bro, it's just fire. So that's probably one of my earliest memories of just like having like just immaculate food. When we caught the fish and my grandma cooked it, it was just immaculate. Um, but some of my favorite foods, I'll speak on that. Don't say this is a stereotype, but I do love fried chicken. I mean, it is what it is. I love fried chicken. Fried chicken, I love spaghetti. I love baked spaghetti. I love lasagna. I love tacos. And I'm gonna say this right now. When I say I love tacos, I'm talking about real tacos, like real authentic street Mexican tacos. Like that's really what I'm talking about when I say I love tacos. And it's the same thing with like lasagna and spaghetti. Like I love authentic lasagna, spaghetti, that stuff. Like I love oxtails are so immaculate. Oxtails, I love. Let me see. It's just so many. Like obviously cheeseburgers, hamburgers. That's generational. You can't go wrong with that. French fries, of course. Fried catfish. Really, any seafood, honestly. Pretty much any seafood is gonna come my way for real. It's just so like I can really I don't even gonna lie to you. When people ask me what my favorite food is, I really don't have one because I'll eat almost quite literally anything. So I could literally run off a list, and it probably won't even be complete when I get finished with that list. Like it'll be a page long, and I'll still have food left off. So like I'm just a person like I like to eat. Like that's one thing I said. Like with my mom, she always exposed me to different foods, whether it was African food, Indian food, different variations of Chinese food. Like it's just so many different foods that I've been exposed to in my lifetime, and I'm thankful for that because I'm not boxed. Of course, there's certain foods that's just like my go-to, like let me get a quick burger or something like that. But it just gives you that appreciation for stuff like eating foods from different cultures and stuff like that. Because a lot of different cultures, that's food that they eat every day. So something that might be normal to somebody else is like you like, oh, do y'all eat this all the time? Like this is fire. But Yeah, I could. I can't even. Okay, I'm gonna just. Okay, I'm gonna do 10. I'm gonna try to do 10. So, so we said fried chicken, of course. We said spaghetti, lasagna, baked spaghetti. Okay, I'm not going. That's doing too much. Okay, fried chicken, spaghetti, lasagna, fried catfish, seafood, any like crab, shrimp, lobster, pretty much any of that. Like it doesn't matter. Um. So okay, to make this fair, I'll just name 10 foods that certain different foods that I like, and obviously how they're cooked. So obviously fried chicken, homemade fried chicken. Let me put it that way, homemade fried chicken because yeah, homemade fried chicken. That's I'm gonna put that at one. Two, homemade spaghetti, homemade lasagna is three. Homemade seafood is fire. Like if y'all ever do a seafood boil at home, it's fire. Like anything that I name right now, if it's homemade, top tier. It's probably the best you gonna get, especially if it's from somebody in my family, myself included, because I can cook a little bit. Don't get me wrong. I can throw down a little bit. Don't get me wrong. But so we got chicken, we got spaghetti or fried chicken, homemade spaghetti, homemade lasagna, home. Okay, we can say seafood boil, homemade seafood boil. That's number four. Homemade catfish, fried catfish, I should say. That's number five. We got the oxtail. Oh yeah, I gotta put the oxtails up there. Homemade oxtails. This could be oxtails and plantains. This could be oxtail soup. Whatever it is, oxtails and rice. Like whatever it is. I'm gonna just say number five. Okay, I would just say oxtails. Yeah, this is oxtail soup. That's five. We can go. We can go. There's five. Number six, we gonna say. I'm gonna just put burgers up there. You gotta put burgers up there. That's number six. What we gonna say? Homemade. I'm gonna say homemade because there's a lot of places that got good burgers, but my mom has the best burgers. I don't care what anybody says. I have the best burgers as well. Homemade burgers. What is next? So we got chili. You got that chili does go homemade chili. And if you got that homemade chili with that cheese and them chips, or you got the chili cheese dog, the chili cheese fries, homemade, homemade chili for sure. Homemade chili. What else we got? Homemade tacos. Now this is street tacos. Okay, this is the real authentic tacos. I'm gonna take tacos out and I'm gonna put regular tacos out. I'm gonna put birria tacos in there. The fried tacos. Okay, this is what you do with the birria tacos to explain how that is if you don't know what birria tacos are. So birria tacos are fried. Okay, check this out though. But so you got the meat and the cheese meat and cheese inside, right? And it's fried on the outside. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's a problem. And then you got the birria sauce. The birria sauce is like, it reminds me of like what you would eat like roast, like the the sauce for like if you eat like a pot roast. It's like the sauce for that or the gravy type. It's not really a gravy type. It's more saucy. But the dipping, that's what it's called. Yeah, this I can't remember what it's called. The dip, like what the name is in Spanish. I'm gonna have to get it. I don't know why I don't know the name, but excuse me on that. But birria tacos is on there for sure. I don't even know what number I'm at, so I probably should have kept my hands up. So we got the chicken, we got the spaghetti, lasagna, seafood, catfish, oxtails, birria tacos. So we got three more. So this is tough. Let me see. Let me see. We got three more. Okay, for now, cause I can't think of nothing else. I'm gonna just leave it at 7. Okay, I should have did like a top 5, but with them extra two. So that's gonna be my top 5 with the two add-ons. So, but I just love it. If I think that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so many food, so many different foods I can think of. But that's the thing. It's so many. So there you go. Oh, okay. I'm gonna throw one more in there. Steak, a nice solid steak. I'm. I'll say this. I'm a well done kind of dude. But I'm trying to open my horizon. I'm trying to expand my horizons to, like medium well, medium rare, stuff. I'm trying to open it up, just a little bit. So I'm trying to, you know, move around in that aspect. So, okay, I can add a few more. So I got a steak, obviously a nice, good, juicy steak, immaculate. Then we got, going, this is really going to be a top tier one. The pho. If you don't know what pho is like a Vietnamese soup. So you get different kinds. You can get like steak, chicken, pork. I mostly get the steak. The steak is gonna hit every time. So it's like a broth, and you get noodles, you get meat, you get different vegetables, and it's really good. I would say it's good for people who get sick. It's definitely good for that, and if you just want like a good soup. Because I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like soup too much. I don't. I'm not a big soup guy. Like I only really eat soup when I get sick, and it's crazy because I don't get sick a lot. But I just don't. I don't really. I'm not a big fan of soup. Like chicken noodle soup. I'll eat chicken noodle, but I'm not really gonna eat too much chicken noodle soup unless I'm like really sick. So I try to avoid most soups, but pho is one of the few soups that I would eat for sure. And homemade pho, and then you got pho from different Vietnamese places. So it's always like it's always top tier. And is that 9? Yeah, that's 9. I will also throw fried rice in there too. And you can get plain fried rice. You can get fried rice with shrimp. You can get fried rice with chicken. You can get fried rice with beef. Like fried rice is just fire. And homemade fried rice is probably a. If you make some homemade fried rice, I can make some homemade. I've made homemade fried rice multiple times. It's just top tier. Like I don't even know what else to say. Like it's just immaculate. Like you can't even. It's just like it's just top tier. Like I don't even know what to say. Since we're naming lists, I'll name off a few. I'm not gonna put it like a number on it because I don't really know. I'll name off a few things that I personally like myself like to cook. I'm gonna try to go a little bit deeper into the archive because I don't want to, just think about basic food and stuff. So I can't. One thing I'm gonna tell y'all, I can grill. So yeah, watch out. The only thing I haven't got to like yet is like the stuff that needs to grill for like hours. So I ain't got to like ribs and like like brisket. I ain't got to that yet. I ain't got to it, but we gonna get there for sure. I can grill like like base like little stuff like hot dogs, burgers, links, brats and stuff like that. So the little basic stuff, but like the big stuff like the ribs and we gonna get there for sure. We gonna get there. We gonna get there for sure. Yeah, we gonna get there. But some of the things I definitely love to make fried rice. Fried rice is it's just immaculate. And you can make it plain fried rice. You can make it. You can put egg in there. You can put chicken in there. Whatever. I mean, whatever meat you have a preference for. And then vegetables. I mean, that's your preference. I personally just like to put broccoli. I don't really like putting carrots in there. I'm not gonna lie. But I take that back. Carrots is solid. I don't really put onions too much in there unless they're like grilled or not grilled but like cooked onions. And that's about it. I don't really put peas in like my homemade fried rice. That's one of the things I like to make the most. Other things like burgers, obviously, is easy to make. I'm trying to think of a more complex. Oh, I should have put this on the list too. So I like making pasta salad. This is like an Italian. It's like an Italian pasta salad. So with that, I use bow tie noodles. I shouldn't even really be giving y'all this much game for real, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So use bow tie noodles, cheese. I think is it mozzarella? It's some kind of fancy cheese. It's a like it comes in a ball. So we got cheese, then we got the basil. The basil is key. Like if you want to make some good pasta, you're gonna have to get you some good basil, fresh basil. Or if you ain't got the fresh basil, you can use like the seasoned, a little seasoned basil, or what I'm talking about, the little basil seasoning, whatever. And meat of your choosing, I like to obviously pick pepperoni. Pepperoni is gonna get the job done every time, but that's the only meat that I use. So you got the bow tie noodles, you got the mozzarella, you got the cheese, you got the basil, you got the pepperoni. It's black olives. You can use black or green. It don't really matter. I prefer black olives. Then you got. I'm not gonna tell y'all about the sauce because that's really giving y'all too much game. But it's a sauce, like a dressing that you put over the pasta, and obviously you use garlic too. But yeah, pastas that's top tier. I love making that for sure. I love making chicken breasts. That's another thing. I love making chicken breasts, like sauteing chicken breasts, and you can use them for put them in fried rice. You can use it by itself. You can make it for. You can make tacos out. Like you can make so many different things out of sauteing chicken breasts. So that's another thing I love, sauteing chicken breasts, and I can do pretty much anything with chicken breasts. Like it doesn't really matter. Those are a few things I like to cook. I'm trying to expand, trying to do some other things with other food. Trying to get into those different avenues. So definitely coming soon for sure. Now I can, don't get me wrong, I can cook a little bit now. I can cook now. I can cook now. But they say get you a man that can cook. Alright, I can cook a little bit. Alright. Don't worry about that, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. I can cook, sweetheart. But that's pretty much, yeah, I love food, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like my friends and family, they're just surprised by how much I eat. Because first of all, I'm not an average size person. Like, not to say I'm like the biggest. I'm not the biggest dude, of course, but 6'3". I'm not. I don't weigh that much. I'm 185. I'm not even 200 pounds. We gonna get to 200 though. Don't let the size fool you though. But I'm not the biggest dude. But I've eaten. I'm gonna just run down a few different things. I've eaten multiple burgers at one time. Not at one time, pause. I've eaten multiple burgers in one meal. Okay, I'll say that, yeah. I've eaten multiple plates of spaghetti in one meal, multiple plates of lasagna. I can eat 10 street Mexican tacos easy, no problem. No problem. Easy, no problem. What else? I can eat it. Of course, eating a pizza by yourself really isn't fat, but it's like, I mean, it's 8. If you think about it, it's 8 slices, and hey, it is what it is. I'm hungry, so I'm gonna eat. So definitely eating a pizza by itself, or definitely eating a whole thing of pizza by itself. Um, but yeah, that's really. I mean, I just love food. Like it is what it is. And the thing about it, I feel like one thing I do love is like I have a high metabolism. That does go down when you don't like work out. So you do get you. If I don't work out as much as I eat, I'm probably gonna get fat, and I don't want that. So I definitely need to work out a lot more than I have been. To be honest with y'all, I ain't been working out like I should, but that's not an excuse. we gonna get back to it anyway. But yeah, I just love. I mean, food is just top tier. Like I can talk about dessert. I mean, whew, some of my favorite desserts. I mean, I love donuts, glazed donuts. If you ever had a fresh Krispy Kreme glazed donut out the fryer, like fresh out, cause I probably was like 12 or 13 when I had my first Krispy Kreme donut, like fresh out of the fryer, fresh. Cause before that, I eat donuts all the time, stuff like that. But I never had a fresh donut. So when I had my first fresh donut, it melted in my mouth. I was like, God damn, what the fuck is this? What is this? What is this? I was like, yeah, nah. Give me 10 of these right now. But it was just like that. It was just like you in heaven. Like you in heaven. Like food just takes you to a different paradise. Food is just one of those things. Really, like you can explain the taste, you can do all this different stuff, but food is just going food. Food is just gonna do what food has to do. It's really that simple. Like some of my favorite desserts are like sweets, because I don't really eat sweets a lot. I definitely love homemade brownies. Homemade brownies is a must. Like mandatory. Gotta have that. Donuts, obviously. I love glazed donuts. Not really a big powdered donut guy. I'm not really a big chocolate covered donut kind of guy. Keep it simple. Basic, simple glaze. That's it. Honey buns are cool. Cinnamon rolls are cool. Yup. What else? Cake, red velvet cake is gonna get the job done every single time. Every time. I promise you that. Peach cobbler. Y'all heard me speak about it on the episode I was talking about Thanksgiving. Y'all know. Peach cobbler, top tier every time. Shout out to Miss Kathy. Every time. What else, man? There's so many sweets, bro, too. I forgot about the sweets, man. It's tough, man. I really can't. I'm saying, like, food just does something to you, bro. Like I said, bro, food just does something to you. It's unexplainable. You can't explain what food does. I can't explain it. Like, it's just no words to explain what food does. So, that, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The last time I made some sweets, it's been a minute. I'm not even gonna lie. I wouldn't count, because I do have a thing for the Nestle Toll House cookies, the turtle cookies, the chocolate chip, the caramel, the ones with I think is it almonds? No, it's pecans. Yeah, it's pecans. I don't know. Them is fire. Like, them is the best Toll House cookies, in my opinion. In my opinion. So I put those in the oven. Those don't count as me like actually making it. Like, I haven't made sweets in a fat minute. Like, I probably was in grade school last time I made sweets. Like, it's been a minute. Probably like middle school or something. Like, it's been a fat minute. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. It's been a long time. So I definitely need to get back to that too, because sweets is just immaculate, man. You can't go wrong with sweets at all. But I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss nothing, because I don't want to, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I'm gonna miss something, and then when I go back and like watch or listen to this episode, I'm like, damn, I could have talked about that. So I'll do that on every episode, though. So it is what it is. You learn from it and do better. But that's pretty much it on the food. I don't really got nothing else on the food. That's really all I got on the food. So we're gonna switch gears into the next topic. This is gonna be one of my more exciting topics for sure. So we're gonna talk about movies. I'm not really gonna get into TV shows a lot, because I don't watch so many TV shows. It's ridiculous. And I don't watch a bunch of movies too. But anyway, I'm gonna talk about my top movies I'm probably not gonna like list them in order or have a set list. But movies is another thing too, because different movies you can relate to because it's different stuff that you've gone through in your personal life. And also there's the movies out there that are like fictional. So it could have possibly happened to somebody, or it's just a made up story. So movies, you know, different movies have different purposes. Obviously, every movie is gonna tell a story. Some movies are gonna be trash. Some movies are gonna be really good. Obviously, but my earliest memory of movies, and these are some of my favorite movies to this day. So when I was a kid, I don't know how my mom got me hooked on this, but the Rush Hour movies, 1, 2, and 3. I grew up watching those movies. So when I tell you I can literally recite an entire Rush Hour movie from front to back, you would think I'm playing. Nah. Like I have to force myself to shut up the whole movie because it's like, bro, I know this entire movie front to back. Like it's not even a game. Like those movies were just, and it was so cool to see that dynamic of, you got this black cop in America, Los Angeles, and you got this Chinese cop coming from China. They dealing with their different situations and they come together, and it's just like, oh, these dudes, they don't really like each other, they don't really care, but they got a common goal, and they gonna try to figure it out. But it's like the journey throughout that whole movie, man, it's nothing but funny. You got these dudes fighting. Like if you was a kid, back in the day, just watching certain movies, it just got you hyped. It was like, oh yeah, like I remember me and my cousin, we would watch Rush Hour, and we would literally watch the movie, and then when the movie get done, we'll just pause the movie and reenact the scene. Like, okay, so he came out of he came into the massage parlor. Okay, so he's picking the chicks that he's gonna have massage him. He's rushing them. Like, it's like, if you know from Rush Hour 2, the massage parlor scene. It's just like you felt like you was in the movie, or you felt like you know what I'm saying, you felt like that you can see that being applied to your, like, you that's how you felt. So it's like, man, and you just see, especially Jackie Chan. I'm a big Jackie Chan fan, bro. Like, first of all, I didn't find this out till I was a little bit older, but he did all his own stunts. So I was like, bro, you over here like falling and like, you kicking this dude, and like, it was just pretty, almost everything Jackie Chan related I done seen or watched. Like, that dude, man, he's like generational. Like, he's just generational, bro. He's top tier. Like, did all, like, every scene in that Rush Hour movie, bro, it's top tier. Like, I can't even, like, every scene from that movie. The first movie, the second one, the third one. I don't know if they're gonna do a fourth one. If they do a fourth one, that'll break, man, that'll break the internet. Like, it'll break everything. But man, everything from that entire series is just, man, it's just generational. I could go to my TV right now and watch all the movies back to back, straight through. No pauses, no, like, those movies are just like, those are some of my earliest memories of movies, and to this day, they're still, that sequel is just one of the best sequels of movies, in my opinion, of all time, I feel like. So, and it's a lot of different sequels, but I feel like some sequels is just like, this movie didn't need a sequel. But I feel like Rush Hour was one of those sequels. It was like, man, they did what they had to do on that one. So that was fire. Rush Hour. Then you got was from, because obviously I'm black, so as some people say, African American. Whatever. But Friday was one of those movies too. When I was younger, that it was like, man, I can relate. That Friday was one of those movies that I could actually relate to. Like, it was one of those movies like, okay, you got the Jehovah's Witness. Okay, yeah, you got the brother, him and his sister going at it. Oh yeah, he did it. Stop that. Parents trying to, break them up. Like, that was me and my sister when we was growing up. And then you got the nagging girlfriend. You got the you got the nosy neighbors. You got the dramatic neighbors. You got the pastor. You got all that stuff. Like, I kid you not. It's just so many aspects of that movie that you could apply to your life. You got the bully. You got the guy who stands up to the bully. Like, it's just so many different aspects of that movie. And Friday is just one of those generational movies too. And it's like, they talk about it to this day. I know a lot of y'all seen that interview with Cat Williams. Probably like, his first movie was Friday After Next. So that was one of the sequels too. I think it goes down in history as the best because every movie was different. Like, you can't compare any movie to the same one. Like, every movie was different. And you can say that about Rush Hour too. Every movie was different. So every movie had, like, that's what I'm saying. Movies gonna tell a story. So you just gotta wait and see. But those two really were some of my earliest memories of movies. And you just think about like what those different actors and actresses from those movies did like in their career. Chris Tucker, he started, Friday was his first movie. He went on to do Rush Hour, and he did, was it Money Train? I think it was Money Train. He did Money Train. He did so many movies. And then you got Jackie Chan, of course. He did so many other great films and shows. And that Jackie Chan cartoon show, when I first got Netflix, that was one of the shows I was watching. But I watched that show as a kid, so that's why I got back on it. But I mean, you got Ice Cube. He's been in so many movies. All About the Benjamins. I mean, right along. Then you got Mike Epps. He done been in so many movies. You got Cat Williams. He done did movies, these comedy tours. Like, it's just so many different actors that have done so many different things. I won't say spanning, or you could say sprouting. There you go, sprouting from these movies. So them is probably my two like earliest and still two some of my favorite movie sequels. It's a bunch of other ones too. I'm trying to think of. Oh yeah, people probably gonna say I'm corny or whatever. I don't care. Like, I don't care. But Lord of the Rings. If people know the Lord of the Rings series, top tier. The top, like, all that whole series. It's just top tier. Like, it's one of those stories. Obviously, it's fictional. Because you're not, obviously, but it's one of those things where, you just get a look at a different perspective of whoever is creating this storyline and these characters and these different point of views, how they, come up with this stuff. And it's just a great story. Like, it's a lot, like, every movie is long. Every movie is going, like I said, every movie is going to have a different story. But Lord of the Rings, for the most part, it was just a good series. And then they had The Hobbit. If you watch The Hobbit, it's top tier, bro. Like, you just gotta. If you listening or watching and you've never seen Lord of the Rings, and you one of those people that's trying to like expand your movie watching and stuff, like go to different avenues, like watch the entire series. Watch that whole series. It's 3 movies. Watch all of them. it's different versions. I would try to watch the versions that are the longest. That's just me, cause I, just upon time just watching it when I was younger and just getting. But hey, just watch whichever works for you. But anyway, um, that whole series and then the Hobbit series, because the Hobbit is the prequel to Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is set. If you don't know what Lord of the Rings is, basically Lord of the Rings is it's like kind of it's like fictional, like medieval type, because it has like kings, queens. You got war. You got love. You got family. You got all different types of stuff that's connected. So it has like gods. It just has a bunch of different stuff, and it's pretty much a storyline of war, family. I guess it's pretty much a storyline of that, and you know, it doesn't really necessarily have one main character. I mean, it does. You can say Frodo is like the main character. Not really, when you somewhat, but it all ties together. Like Frodo's connected to Aragorn. Blah blah blah. I'm not gonna bore y'all with that because y'all probably like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? But yeah, Lord of the Rings. If you never seen it, watch it. It's good. Like it'll get you out of your comfort zone if you just used to watching a certain type of movie, or you never really seen it. But definitely Lord of the Rings. And y'all might say I'm corny for this too. I don't care. Harry Potter. All right, a lot of y'all said y'all like the game. It's like 8 movies out. Okay, I done seen all of them. I ain't read every book. I done read some of the books. I ain't gonna lie. I was reading some of the books in elementary school, but I just couldn't read all them books. I couldn't do it. But the movies, I watched every single movie. Top tier. Every movie is top tier. From the first movie, I remember watching the first movie. I was like, oh yeah, they might got something with this. But Harry Potter, same thing. Obviously, they have a specific main character, but that movie, it's just every movie has a different storyline, but it all lines up. Like it's all correlating. So yeah, if you like that Harry Potter game, if you ain't know, it's 8 movies out. The last movie they released, I went and saw. I saw the last 2 in theaters. They released those like a long time ago. That was probably like 2012, I don't know. But it was a fat minute ago. It was a long time. It was like 5, 10 plus years ago. But the Harry Potter series, man. And I can't remember. They did, I don't know if it's like a spinoff, but they did like a new series. J.K. Rowling did a new series of movies. It's like Battle, it's something Beast or something like that. But I haven't really gotten into that. I'm not gonna lie, because it's more recent. But yeah, the original Harry Potter series, top tier. Like, tap in with that if y'all want to get a look inside of that. But those 2 movies, man, them was my childhood. Like that's another thing too with movies. Going back to what I was saying about food, but my mom, she exposed me to a lot of different avenues as far as movies. Like, she didn't really shelter me as far as watching one specific type of movie. So that's why pretty much I'm an open book when it comes to movies. Like, I don't really I don't really have no movie that I won't watch, unless it's a movie I've already seen, and it's like one of those movies, like, if you done seen a movie once and you're like, I'm never watching this shit again. I'm never watching this again. Excuse my language, but I'm never watching this again. One movie I will say, and I promise I put this on, I'm not even gonna put it on this, but on everything, I'm never watching this movie again. The Reading with Monique, I'm never watching that movie again. If you watch this, if you hear what I'm saying right now, go watch that movie. I'll say this is one of those movies you gotta watch once, and after that, it's your discretion. But me personally, I'm never watching that movie again at all. I'm never watching that again, bro. It's not happening ever. But Yeah, it's just certain movies you just be like, yeah, I'm cool. But then it's other movies you like, oh, I watched this movie 1,000 times. Like it's nothing. But yeah, but I would say like the thing about movies is the unpredictability and not knowing what's gonna happen. A lot of movies are cliche, like oh he's gonna save this girl or this is gonna happen. Da, da, da. But it's like some movies like okay, like so that's the thing with movies. You don't know. You might think that might happen, but you never know. You never know. But I'm trying to think. So I did say I said Friday, Rush Hour, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, um, the Marvel universe. Seen every movie like top tier. Like I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Was it the Endgame? No, it wasn't Endgame. So correct me if I'm wrong. It was the movie right before. So it was the movie where Thanos snapped. He got the Infinity Stones and he snapped and everybody was gone. It was that movie. I don't know if it was it Endgame or it was. I can't remember. But if you know what movie I'm talking about, hit me up and correct me. But I just can't remember the name. But the movie where Thanos snapped his fingers and pretty much everybody was gone, I wasn't the biggest fan of that movie. And it's not because, the bad guy won, but it was like, he did it with so much. I'm like, damn, like, y'all motherfuckers ain't gonna fight back? Like, fight back. Nigga, what y'all doing? Like, what's going on? It was just like, damn, like, y'all coming at him this hard, like, he coming at y'all, like, y'all ain't shit. Like, literally one of the first scenes, this motherfucker's beating up Hulk. Like you thought Hulk was just like, oh, I'm like, nah, he ain't going out like that. yeah, beating his ass. I'm like, damn, fight back, nigga, fight back. But yeah, I just don't like how they just got just demolished in that movie. But then the next movie, I don't say I have mixed emotions about it, but it's just like here's I'm not say hearsay, but it's just 50-50 on it. It's just like yeah, but a lot of different series like the Iron Man, Captain America, Black Panther, Thor, Hulk, Black Widow. What was the other dude's name? I can't remember his name, but those different various movies. I mean, the Iron Man series was top tier. That movie, that sequel was fire. Iron Man sequel was fire. Captain America, I don't remember too much about the Captain America sequel. I'm not gonna lie to you. No, that's Civil War. I'm not gonna lie. That Civil War was a problem. I'm not gonna lie. That Civil War was lit. You got Thor. I didn't really follow the Thor sequel too much, so forgive me. But Black Widow, I didn't really follow the Black Widow either. Scarlett Johansson she's immaculate, bro. She's just so beautiful. But I didn't follow the Black Widow like that. But yeah, for the most part, as far as the storyline went for the Marvel, like the universe, I watched every movie. I would go back and watch every movie again, like from start to finish, like sequential order. But I ain't got time for that right now. I ain't gonna lie. I do, but I don't at the same time, if you know what I mean. But that whole Marvel universe, I'm with that. I would say the only thing I'm gonna say about DC, because I love Marvel and DC, but I don't think DC really had the consistency that Marvel did as far as movies. Because I'll say this too, because my favorite superhero is Batman, but DC, ever since Christian Bale, they don't know who's gonna play Batman, and that's kind of irritating. Cause it's like, bro, y'all done had Ben Affleck, y'all done had the dude who played Edward off of Twilight. I can't remember his name. My apologies, but y'all had him, and y'all was supposed to have somebody else. I can't remember, but it's like, bro, what is y'all doing? Like, make up your fucking mind. Like, who the fuck is gonna play Batman? Like, and then Henry Cavill, y'all, if you know, with him, his little situation with DC, he was supposed to. I mean, he's obviously played Superman, and when DC had came out with that Black Adam movie, The Rock played Black Adam. He was supposed to come back and fight Superman. Well, Henry Cavill literally came back to play Superman because The Rock wanted to fight Superman. Black Adam wanted to fight Superman. And they were like, no, we're not going to do that. And they pretty much scratched the whole Black Adam, like the whole idea from DC. And Henry Cavill is going back to doing The Witcher, which is a great show, by the way. And he's not, I don't know if he's doing Superman again, but he's not at the moment because they're not going to let Black Adam fight Superman. I don't know why. But that's pretty much, DC just don't got the consistency. Like, you know, Aquaman is cool for sure. Superman is cool. The Batman movies with Christian Bale have been cool for sure. Them is probably the best Batman movies. Well, Ben Affleck only had one movie, and that was the Justice League movie, I think. Yeah, it was the Justice League movie, so can't really speak too much on that. And then The Flash, DC just really hasn't been consistent with the characters and the movies as much as Marvel has. Marvel been doing what they had to do. I would say Marvel, anybody from Marvel, if y'all listening to this right now, y'all need to get this Blade movie together, bro. Cause Blade is one of those movies too. Like, man, Blade was one of the first black superheroes. Spawn was in that, like, but it was like Blade, Spawn, and then those movies really got Marvel back, on their feet. And obviously, I didn't know, but they were both from Marvel Dark. But y'all need to get this Blade shit right. Like, is it gonna be a Blade? Like, please, like, let me know. Cause Wesley Snipes, you can't replace him. But please just get this shit right, bro. Do not mess this up. They had a little Blade TV show. It was on Spike. I watched it a little bit. It wasn't as good as the movie at all, but it was all right. Like, I don't even remember the actor who played Blade, but like, come on, bro. Y'all can't mess up Blade. Like, Blade is just top tier, bro. Y'all got to do Blade justice, man. And Marshall Ali, I think, I hope I'm not saying his name wrong, but if he plays Blade, y'all got to do that man some justice, man. Y'all got to make sure, y'all give him some good, a good spotlight for that. And if y'all make a Blade game, bro, make this shit right, bro. Y'all got enough time. To make that shit right. But yeah, definitely Blade is up there too. Spawn is up there too. Just with top tier movies. And it's just so many movies I could talk about. But them is more so, every movie that I'm naming right now is movies that I pretty much grew up watching. That's like, that I watched today, or, is leading up to my adult, like from childhood to adulthood. So it's just so many movies, bro. And there's so many movies that I've watched as I've gotten older. Not as many sequels, because they're not making as many sequels nowadays. But one of the sequels I think they need to stop. They should have stopped this shit like 10 years ago. A lot of people know what I'm talking about when I say it's the Fast and Furious. Like, bro, y'all should have stopped that shit when Paul Walker passed away. Like, that really probably should have been the last movie. Like, y'all gonna make, like, bro, if y'all can make some spinoffs, that's cool, bro. But y'all on like 10 or 11, bro. Like, what's the point? Y'all not even racing no more, bro. Like, there's no more racing being done in these movies, bro. Now, y'all got some whole other shit going on right now. Like, dude, stop, bro. Like, take the shit y'all got and move on. Like, it's really, I don't know. Like, it's just, bro, like, I'm not, like, I like the first maybe 5 or 6 movies. It was cool. Maybe 5, like the first 5 movies. But after that, bro, I don't even remember the last one I done watched, bro. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. After the first 4 or 5, bro, it's just like, they are running together at this point. I'm not saying they bad, but I'm just, bro, just stop. Because you getting away from what the movie was originally. Fast and Furious is about racing. These motherfuckers ain't racing. These motherfuckers is on the run. They over here in jail. They over here. It's so much going on. Now they got The Rock and Jason Statham in there, and it's like, dude, like you got a cop, you got a felon. It's like, bro, what? I don't know. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just saying like I really don't follow it now, like as much as I did when I was a kid. So that's just one of those things. It's like, bro, I don't know what to say about that. But another franchise like sequel or just different movies, TV shows. They done made so many different ones, but the Ninja Turtles. I'm just speak on this real briefly, not even briefly, but the Ninja Turtles is one of my favorite like movie series. Like bro, I could tell you everything about the Ninja Turtles. Everything, like, bro, everything, bro. I remember my earliest memories of watching Ninja Turtles was the TV show they had in like 2004. It was the cartoon, and it was just, bro, it was just one of those things like, bro, talking turtles, these motherfuckers is 6 feet tall, and they beating people up, like, bro, like, what? And you got a talking rat, like, this motherfucker 5'10", and he over here beating everybody, like, it's just, it was one thing, obviously fictional, because that's not going to happen in real life, but it was one of those things, man, those franchises, hey, they did give that, even though, the storyline, obviously, for the most part, is the same, like, obviously, they're trying to, take down the Shredder, but the Ninja Turtles, bro, I remember when I don't even remember how we even, it was probably on a weekend or something, but me and my mom, we had went to one of these stores. It was like was it a dollar store? It was like a dollar store. It was like some store. And I had seen like one of the little swords that Raphael uses, one of them little like pickaxe, like little fork type swords. And I was like, "Ooh, can I get these?" And she let me get them. And I remember I went home. I was going crazy. I was with her, like, acting like I was really slicing some stuff up. And that was just that inspiration came from obviously the Ninja Turtles. But man, I can go all the way back to the movies that they made in the 90s. They had a little TV show I tried to watch that they made in the 90s. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't really like that. The little live action TV show, I didn't really like that. But the live action movies that they did in the 90s, them was cool for sure. And the cartoon that they had did in the early 2000s, and they recently they started coming out with some more like cartoons and movies, and I'm not gonna lie, the live action movie that they did was terrible with Megan Good. Shout out to Megan Good, but the movie was terrible. Like, bro, you cannot make these turtles any uglier, bro. Like, all this money y'all got to spend to freaking do costumes and makeup, bro, and y'all make these motherfuckers look like just terrible. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a fan of it. I watched it a couple times. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this, bro? What is this shit? I think they made a second one. I'm not sure, but bro, like, you have, like, I don't know how you can, like, bro, you have so much time to prepare and make a movie, and you fuck up these motherfuckers' faces, and it's just like, bro, yeah. But that's neither here nor there, anyway. But Ninja Turtles definitely, like, the whole sequel, TV, like, all that. I'm on it. Say, like, for the stuff, say I'm corny, I don't care. So I could give two fucks. But those really, like, and it's so many movies that I'm missing. Like, you could talk about movies like Training Day. You could talk about movies like Coach Carter. You could talk about movies like, oh my goodness, there's so many movies. A lot of people don't know about Hurricane Season, but that movie was top tier too. It's so many movies, man. You could, like, it's just so many movies you could talk about, and these are a lot of movies I grew up watching. So it's just, bro, like, it's just so many different movies, man. Like, movies it's just one of those things, bro. You just, like I said, every movie's gonna tell a different story, but you get that enjoyment of watching something, and it's like, oh, it's either relatable because you can apply it to your life, or you can be like, oh, that was cool. That stunt was cool, or that the storyline was cool. Like just different stuff that you can take from the movie, and it just be just be a good experience. But I will. That's pretty much all I'm gonna speak on that. I will, like I said, I'll get into a little bit more in later episodes because it's so, like I said, it's so many, same with food, it's so many different foods. I can talk about so many different movies, but I don't have time to remember all that stuff, and I'm not gonna try to remember all that stuff because that's just gonna take up a bunch of time, and I'm just gonna be here silent and like, oh, what do I say next? What do I say next? I'm not trying to do that. But I'm gonna cut this one short because that is so on my next episode I'm gonna talk about like shoes and my top shoes and just fashion, like different stuff like that. I'm gonna start with that on the next episode, so stay tuned for that. But once again, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I appreciate every single one of y'all for tuning in. Whether you watching it, listening to this. Again, if you haven't already, if you got this far through this video, do me a favor, pause it, go back, watch, or listen to the other 6 episodes I have out right now. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that, cause that's what I'm gonna do. Cause I'm gonna get my stuff out there, as you getting it out there, as you helping me out. But I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. Again, socials is gonna be, and I'm gonna say this too. If you ever watch or listen to this and you feel like you want to reach out to me, I'm not famous. I'm not a celebrity. I'm just a regular dude, bro. So if you feel like oh, I want to reach out to, like, if you have something that I should talk about on here, or you have some input on how I do transits or anything, like, one thing I don't really care to get is criticism, because that's a part of growing. So you gotta be critiqued. You gotta be, people have to say what you're doing wrong, because everybody can't say, oh, you're doing a good job. Like, if I'm doing something wrong, all right, help me out. Let me know how I can fix it, because I don't want to be sitting up here thinking I'm just doing a great job the whole time. It's like, that's not how you grow. That's not how you get better. So if I'm trying to do better in this space and doing podcasts, and then if you feel like I'm doing something wrong, critique me. Like, hit me up. Like, my social media is gonna be at the end of the video. So hit me up on Snap, Facebook, Instagram. I got Twitter too, but people don't fool me on Twitter, so I'm not finna. I mean, I'll put my Twitter on there at some point, but just hit me up, on any platform. And if you already got my number or my social media, hit me up. Let me know if you is tuning in. Like, okay, how can I do better? Or if you want to come on the show, I don't care. Like, I'm not, I'm open to pretty much, I'm not gonna say anybody, but if you cool people and stuff like that, you can definitely come on. But within the next few episodes, I am gonna have some special guests on here, so stay tuned, because I did say that last episode. Within the next few episodes, we're gonna have some special guests on here. But once again, this is Terry. This is Lamont Life. I appreciate everybody. Thank you for tuning in. God bless you. And until next time, we out. Peace.
D.A. George in your speakers.